Alright, so welcome in my most ethical light and love crew, my cream crew. Good to see you here. My divine panel, great to have you. Second try here because I got stopped mid-tracks by some supposed violation, possibly. Even though I covered up the photos, like the actual content part, people are like, can't do that. So I don't understand. What's like what's considered risque versus not. I don't know. But you know, like, how do I say this? There's a lot of confusion happening, and let me just repeat the things that I conveyed before on the last reading. I kept asking. I don't want to confuse my fellow readers that are keeping true to, you know, the practice and in a world of ethics as well. Good ethics, right? And so I trust that they are doing well with their new challenges. I know that there's a lot of mixed messaging in the air. There's a lot of interference, and I haven't seen this type of interference in a while. But every time I pulled cards to ask, like, okay, so what should I do from here? The first thing that I got was, okay, it's just very standardized messaging, like, you know, just quit your job. It's not making you happy. It's trying to break down your confidence, and you are like I just know at this time that Spirit has told me many times before that I am not supposed to jeopardize my positioning in order to get what's due for me. So every time that I had asked this, I always got the Queen of Cups in reverse, which tells me that there's someone who is has high intuition, but their morals aren't as much there. So now I could take that as like I'm very well adept in the undercurrents, but you have to understand the subtleties, right? And I know what Spirit told me initially. I know that if it were to be a safety issue, and if it were able to be brought up to HR, and there are certain things that can be reported, then I would, then the messages would stand correct. But Spirit would not put me in the position to jeopardize and gamble my positioning in order to get what's due from me. So I just know that. So here I am, just to clarify, to clear up a few things real quick. On the right side, I got Temperance, and I thought using this deck, I was connecting a few things, like moving some things around, and I found this deck, and I thought it would help, like, kind of ease through the complexities of the confusion of what's happening. And on the right side, I got this one's called SEX Fortunes. If is that, can we say that? I don't know. But I'll see how YouTube responds and what's acceptable versus not. And I think what will happen if they're turning out to be like the boss that I have in writing at my 9 to 5, if there's going to be an exercise of that much control over, like, cherry picking things, then I know I'm supposed to branch off on my own, which means that I reap all of the benefits. There's no, yeah, that's what I've got to say about that. My divine panel, what do you want to say about that before I head into the header cards? Okay, 5 of Pentacles. So, with this is kind of a little hard to read because they're like cartoony in their positionings. This, why is it like are they all doing stuff outside? I think they're all doing stuff outside. Yeah, well, most of them, like, it looks like 80% of them at least. So this one is right outside the house on the lawn, and I don't know what to say about this. I mean, there's Five of Pentacles is kind of at thinking that you're like at a negative. And I'd hate to think that YouTube is another boogeyman, you know? I don't really believe it so. But again, there's a lot of like smoke and mirrors and all of that. So I don't know. I mean, I know that I have a higher exposure rate than what's numbered out over here when it's live, and also when it's actually like said and done, and you know, it's been, I don't know, a few months, you know. I know that I have a higher head count. And so if YouTube is like profits from the amount of clicks, amount of like views, whether it's on like recorded on the books or not, then they would totally be asked out. Even if like let's say they wiped out all of my material, and I started just branching off on my own, they would, with what I'm worth and how much exposure I do have, like for real, I know that they would totally be asked out. I just know that, and I can't pretend like it's anything different. So I don't really know what else to say about that, but I believe that to be the truth. So let me get one more card to clarify this, because this is the Five of Pentacles here. It's the Five of Swords. No, yeah, it's totally in your face energy. Like, it goes for anywhere. That if somebody tries to keep me down, they're severely mistaken. It doesn't matter how powerful, like how much of like a monopoly, or what kind of like even like Rockefeller footing. Did you hear that, like, what do you call it, that, I don't know how to describe it, vroom vroom outside? Yeah, even Rockefeller energy. With how much data is like everything, and the things that I've downloaded are fresh, are new, are accurate, and I know this. Like, there's a good bushel of conglomerate energy. Know this. And there's not many that hold a lot of information and are still like, you know, solid people, you know, with good morals. And I don't know what else to say. I mean, this is master number 55. It's a master adventurer. So it's a risk taker, but it's not like, throwing caution to the wind. Like, it's not completely, how do I say it? it's not, how do I, that's not the way to say it, okay. It's, there's always a return. And at least half the time, it also includes a comeback. So that's quite different from any other energetic that you see in total. This is shish kebab energy. I mean, this is the sword and the pentacle energy. Like, I got it from like 0 to 60, like the fastest moving energy to the longest game. And it's like you got it through and through, Tina. So even, let's say, like, I'm not gonna say that I'm, what is it, invincible, but I do know I'm highly protected for very good reason by all sorts of parties, and I am conscious of that to the point where I do not desire to take advantage of that, because I don't believe that's something that I've ever had before, which is, I would say is a gift, and it's something that I forget, so it's kind of like back pocket, like, oh my god, like an emergency kit type of thing. So that's what I feel like is the energy that backs me. So I'm not going to label YouTube as being this way or that way, but it's when I'm working with certain resources and I see something gets taken away or something gets severely policed, I start to red flag it myself. I start to question certain things and make sure that I get answers, as well as others who are not privy to those frequencies. So anyway, let's clear a few things up here, okay? So on the right side, I have Temperance. On the left side, I have Six of Pentacles. This is making sure that everyone's squared away with to each their own, that kind of thing. So it's this is healer vibes, and making sure that there's a good exchange, even when it comes to just talking about data. Yeah. So let's see here. Oh, okay. So picking up from my previous class content earlier today, it was totally legit and totally valid. I've thought about the things, like thought twice, maybe, you know, I came off a little too much this or too much that. That didn't cross my mind too much, because like there's a natural weeding out of like who can hang and who cannot. But I think it was more so saying stuff like, you need to speak their language, you know, in order for them to listen, to actually hear you first. And so I didn't know, like, it sounded a straight up thug for just a moment. And this is how I know that there's a lot of fog in the air, a lot of smoke and mirrors. And I just know this because something came through on my feed, something about the chosen ones, like the ones that you, the most, like, I don't know, frightful chosen ones, or the most like terrifying chosen ones. There's like types of chosen ones, and I was curious. I was like, I never gotten anything like this before, so what was it? And they were talking about, and again, it was with this stoic voice, like the stoic, miscellaneous, like random, anonymous voice. And they were saying how, like, they seem like cut out for the position, and very justice oriented and for the people and this and that and all these wonderful things, until something turns sour, and then they try to justify the things that they do, in order to basically get their way or whatever, because to hold power or whatever. And I was like, dude, I think this person's gaslighting me. I don't do that. Like, it feels weird when I'm reading certain things and I know them to be what I'm supposed to be reading. So I just know that there's, like, even when I was given instruction not to visit other readers anymore, at least for this time period, they weren't just talking about like people who do tarot readings. They were talking about people who talk about spirituality, that and there's, it's meant to cause a lack of confidence in what where you are, what you're doing, and more so, at bare minimum, to cause delay. And so here I am, wanting to clarify things, so I am. Okay. Healing with good exchange. Healing the situation, but by providing good exchange. Okay. So it's kind of like Mythbusters here too. Okay. So my divine panel. Like, even when I asked Archangel Michael too, I got interference there, and I was like, you do not want to do that. You do not want to get in between the messages with Archangel Michael. I'm trying to, like, what do you call it? Forge a signature, or what is it? When you fake that you're someone. I forgot what that's called. Anyway, so my divine panel. What do you want to say with regards to this? I mean, especially getting the green, like, it was consistent. I was asking back to back, like, no, wait. Let me ask Archangel Michael this time. No. And it was like, there's no freaking way that they would change up on me so drastically. There's no way. So that tells me, because of the hesitation, like, I don't even see that many readers come through anyway. And I think it's supposed to be, like, kind of helping me keep a distance. I think the good ones are maintaining a level of respect. And the ones that are still coming forward and still doing good, they're just clued in a little bit later, and it's okay. So I'm not mad at all. It's more so that I just know that there were crows, like, around 7:30. I haven't seen crows like this, like, flying frantically. Like, just, they weren't even flying in a flock. It was just, like, all coming in. Like, it looked like war, but mostly on my left side, trying to stay hidden, like camouflage, which tells me there's some kind of, like, people are going frantic. That's what I know. Okay, people that work in the dark, whether they're truly for themselves, or working in disguise, So I just know that there's, like, a lot of, like, movement, and it makes me feel like there's a little bit of, like, an ambush energy too, with the quantity that I saw on the left side. It's like poor coordination efforts on their side, like, just kind of like moving, what do you call it? Like, very flustered energy. And I was going to try to take a picture, but I was driving, so I just couldn't. I was just like, whatever the fuck. If people want to, if people believe me, then great. If not, they don't have to. It's okay. Don't worry. I won't be mad at you if you don't believe me. It's okay. I'm documenting, okay? So what's going on? Let's clarify. I have to check on these. 9 of Pentacles. I have to kind of mute it. I'm using this kind of a 18 and up deck. Even though they're cartoons, and even if they have, like, body part names to it, I just have to tone it down. For me, I'm using it as a reader to kind of make things easier in deciphering. So 9 of Pentacles. I actually think I might get rid of this deck only because it doesn't really make sense to me. So let's say let's give you a clue on this. Okay, it's called 9 of Pesticles. Okay, so like, how does that make sense when they show a position and it doesn't? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense to me. Okay, maybe it'll make sense to me down the road or to somebody else, but it doesn't make sense to me. So this is independence, number 1. Okay, this is doing well for yourself. See, look, if it's 9 of Pentacles and it's like doing well for yourself, you would think that it's, you know, somebody like going solo on themselves, or 2 people going solo on themselves and like watching them, you know, watching each other, or you know, like it would have something else rather than bend over here and then, like, you know what I mean? Like it seems, this feels so mechanical. But let's go ahead and just stop critiquing. Let's go ahead and just read through this, okay? It just feels like a overly technical but cartoon type of deck. I don't know. Let's see here. Okay, so let's, okay. Clarifying a few things. So this is doing well for yourself in being your own person, basically. You could do with, but you could also do without. You're good. You're satiated. The one thing different in this deck that in this card that the others don't have, that we pulled out already, is that it has a pillow. Okay. All right, so anything else that you want to say, my divine panel, as far as what's going on? Okay, so they wanted to establish that first. 3 of Wands. So it looks like they just did the deed, but they're totally in love with each other, and they're just like rolling around in bed, but it's like a desert. And so like it's equal to kind of like the feelings of the 9 of Wands, except you're in a desert and you're just happy with each other, and you know that more is coming even though the rest of the land is barren. So this is being good in spite of the environment. That things are still following through, even when it doesn't seem like it, because this is the first 3 of Wands that doesn't have a body of water anywhere, except the 2 that are laid down. So these people are really into each other. So there's just a knowing that the universe has a certain fondness for us, and they will not let us go without. They will not let us like go astray, thinking that like following someone else's BS lead. This is what I got from that. Okay, so we don't need to know everything. We don't need to know everything, but you know, these insights are meant to provide comfort in not knowing everything, but being able to trust in what you know to be the truth. Like, that's my best friend right there. Archangel Michael, I know that he He would never, ever BS me. Like, I know the goddess Kali always has my back. Always. I know this and I know that, you know. I can rely on this person. I can rely, you know. There's that here. That's what's present. What's on the bottom of the deck? The Hanged Man. Yeah. Again, this is not being able to see everything, so I'm just going to go ahead and just, you know, but being objective to, and kind of like open to seeing whatever's happening, or, you know, not, because this one's blindfolded, so it's, I guess it's being exposed to what's going on, but you can't see everything that's happening. You just feel it. Yeah, that's what that means. Okay. All right. Top of the deck is what? 4 of, what is this? Cups. See, again, instead of cups, it's like 4 of, I don't know what, what's the closest thing to say? 4 of kits, let's say that, okay? Like, what is, I don't know, but, I guess it can get a little, like, how do I say it? You can feel a little worn out. This is not necessarily being put through the ringer, but this is kind of like worn out. Like, so what's gonna happen? Sure, you can tell me, right? It's great. Like, but there's a realm of indecision here. Like, it's a little confusing just because you know you're supposed to be in a certain place, but at the same time, it's not happening yet. And I just don't understand what's going on here. And if I questioned the bosses as much as I question Spirit, oh my gosh, like, seriously, maybe I would have like 10,000 truths by now, in a different light. I think I'm supposed to get truths regardless, especially if people mean me harm. So I already got like, I got so much. But 4 of Cups, let's get a clarifier on that, because that's supposed to be the top of the deck. What's behind that? Judgment. Oh yeah. This is kind of like the lobby area. Like, Tina, your time will come, okay? So this is not about me making a choice. Really, the only choice that I'm supposed to be making is following Spirit's guidance, like my whole divine team. Like, just chill, okay? And I think that also goes for my my crew, my kin here. So let me just get confirmation on that. Like, what is the recommendation, the guide for my kin crew? $16. The tower moment. What? The tower. Let's get a clarifier for that. Why did you get the tower? What the heck? You must be going through a lot. Or going through something. I don't know. Let's see here. King of Cups. Well, there's 2 things here. There's 2 positions here. This is someone who is highly intuitive and already can see, already kind of knows what's going on. Already knows what decisions are going to be made, because they included him, whether he's a decision maker or not, in this tower thing, in this big decision. Or the decision is like he's like FYI'd in. So he knows. The other thing is that, hold on. No, I really feel like it's that, but it's someone who's highly creative and just tuning into like their utmost power, like very turned on as far as their intuition, like their artistic abilities, their my kin crew. Okay. I feel like we'll get one more card on it, okay? Because I'm the Empress and I can. This is 8 of Swords. This is the stronger energy here is the first one that I told you about. It's someone that's highly intuitive, that knows a decision has to be made, that includes him, whether or not he's a decision maker in that ultimate decision. It is like something that he's kind of like tangled up in, but he chose to be positioned that way. He yeah, it's kind of part of the territory is what they're showing me. Okay. Collie, say something about it. You got something to say, don't you? She does. 6, oh no, that's 4. 4 of Wands. This is about someone's home, someone's establishment, someone's like commonplace. So that could be work, school, a certain grouping, a like whatever you consider to create like a commonplace, a home, okay? It doesn't need to be just like your place of residence, but like we're at work most of the time too, you know? So that's, yeah. It's also self-realization. So again, that artistic energy is coming through. And if it's the artistic energy, it's a new facet of creativity that one has tuned into. So it's kind of getting lost in it. It's not like getting stuck like a creator's block, creative, something like that. It's not like that as the 8 of Swords would depict. It's more so getting lost in the energy, like playing dead, like putting your phone on what do you call it, leaving people on red, like ghosting people, like not intentionally to hurt them or anything. It's just like you're screening your calls, but you're not even screening your calls, you're just letting them go. You're just letting them go because you're into whatever it is that you're doing, which is totally fine. You're like I feel like it's fine, you know, to have that every now and then. How often do you get that, right? 0, the Fool card, yeah, it's definitely, those energetics are headed off into a new journey. So especially if you're getting interference, like confusing messages, it's time to like self-isolate and just kind of like, just because there's so much interference in the air, like I cannot I wouldn't tell you if I was if I didn't feel the messages were so certain in its delivery. Those crows, I mean, it wasn't just one set of crows. There were like at least 3 bushels of them in different areas. Always at or nearing an intersection, from what I recall. At least 2 of them, yeah. So, okay. Is there anything else that you would like to clear up? What else should I clear up before moving forward? Is there anything else that needs to be cleared up moving forward here? 3 of Cups. No, you're good, Tina. You are good. I'm gonna get one more card on that. 7 of Pentacles. No, you're good. Just sit tight, hold on tight, whatever it is. Just be patient. Is this patient card like a gaslighting card? Because like I've been through so many carrot and stick energetics. Like even when I thought like people were really good at work, I was just kind of romanticized into the ideation that they, you know, certain people were good and meant no harm, and I was shown otherwise. So can you, Archangel Michael, like, it's okay, you can tell me like if I if I work for the bad guys, you know, like in total. Am I severely mistaken about the owners of the company, like the you know who I'm talking about. 7 of Swords. Oh, I may be mistaken. Page of Wands. Nine of Swords. Okay. I'm gonna let things play out. Because I know, even if I believe people to be good, this is not about teaching me a lesson. This is me becoming stronger, more resilient, and teaching other people a lesson through what I'm guided to do. Of course, there are lessons that I, you know, have to learn, but this is not about scrutinizing and saying, no, Tina, you're being too friendly. No, Tina, you guilty until proven innocent. You know, like it's not that way for me. Like my team enjoys who I am and how I am, and I know that for a fact that shouldn't be changed. Like teaching me a lesson in how many people can do you harm at any given time is that's not the lesson. For me, I don't think it's 100% about learning those kind of lessons. I think it's just really building me up, building that strength, because you know, when you're given so many gifts, so many wonderful gifts, that often are intangible, that means that they're meant to be used for something greater. And it's not just like, oh, look at this pretty gem, oh, that's nice, I'm gonna keep it right over here, and then we forget about it. I mean, I meet all kinds of interesting how do I say it? There's not I find myself in very interesting situations. So I'm kind of more interested in the next situation. Whatever I've been through in the past 6 or 7 months, like, what is that? Where am I gonna be next? This is crazy. Like, I'm no longer interested in fine-tuning. Like, if the owners of the current company that I currently work for, if they're truly bad or good or whatever, you know what? The universe will help me sort it out. And some of that stuff, if they're bad, they truly don't want me to see it. They don't really, how do I say it? They don't want me to be meddled in tangled up in other people's stuff. If it's really that bad, they don't want me to be there. They'll just handle it in otherworldly matters. Do you know when I talked about class action lawsuit, you know, certain things like people getting too greedy? The last job that I was yeah, the last job that I was at, they got a class action lawsuit. And you know how I know? It's because, like, I got a check in the mail. It was a small amount in a check, but it showed me, for real. I was like, what the heck? I wasn't even thinking about them when I was doing the reading. So I know that some of them also watch. A good majority. I forgot what I was saying here. Yeah, I'm just, oh yeah, I'm interested in, I guess what's getting me so antsy and impatient is, like, what does this mean for the next arena? I'm intrigued. Yeah, because there's always going to be stuff to do at this job. But I guess a lot of the lessons that I had learned was also how to play the game, how to be a player, how to beat people at their own game without even really trying hard. Just like kind of, you just pay attention. And you don't have to be like a try-hard. That's all it is. It's like you be true to yourself, and then you'll be shown the answers. Like, seriously. Yeah. You know how I, like, I was wearing a, the last time I wore this denim jacket that I had, changed up a little. I put little patchwork in the back. It was kind of like there were holes in it, but it was distressed, you know. But I put like inner sleeves so that it wouldn't be like you could see skin or whatever, and just to warm it up. But the last time I wore it, one of the other people was saying like, oh, you look like you're, this is like in, I don't know, late last year, you look like you're in high school, huh? Some people are going to think that we're hiring minors. They're gonna wonder, ha ha ha. Oh, you know, and when it comes to next year, I'm gonna come in like Tina, and I'm gonna be Tina, you know, like, cause she looks so much younger than her age, ha 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 ha. And, you know, people kind of tell on themselves when they basically say that they want to be you. They want to take some of your essence. So they're just trying to claim it, like, in front of everybody. It was just so weird because it came from a boss energy. And so, so that was the last time I wore it. And I wore the same jacket, I don't know, 2 weeks ago. And the other boss, he was like, oh, nice jacket. Oh, it looks really good on you. Uh-huh. And that kind of person would not compliment me on that type of jacket. Nor has he complimented me on any of my jackets. So that told me that was like, I'm just trying to kiss your ass. I'm just trying to kiss your ass so I could kick your ass. Like, that's exactly what was happening. Exactly. So... I don't want to say. Why did I even bring that up? It was so weird. 4 of Pentacles. Talking about ownership, but it's also talking about the being on the verge of power play. Like if somebody sees you are taking ownership of something, if you show that you exercise power without even like almost effortlessly, of course they're on the verge of wanting to challenge that. Of course they're going to want to try to one-up you. But as soon as they try to one-up you, or even like compliment their way, like shimmy their way in to that, they're already showing they're out of lacking. Do you understand how that works? Like, insane, right? All right, that's enough of that. As far as the next portion of my life, I wonder what I'm going to be doing. I'm like, I've looked at so much. Oh, look, I'm itchy and dry a little bit, but I don't know what else to say. I mean, I gotta say, ding, ding, ding. It's been, what day is it? Is it 26th now? 27th? It's been like a month and a half since I had a cigarette. Ah, it's so good. Easy peasy, man. Easy peasy. But as far as like coffee and tea and sweets and stuff, let's see what we can do to just bring it down. Because I was telling my older son, I was like, we could have probably bought a, like, I don't know, a display fridge by now. We've been having to make our own ice in the ice trays. Like, can you please give me some water, and then just like putting the cover, putting it, and then stacking it. Are you kidding me? Like, and then like certain parts of the fridge don't work. Oh my gosh. Raggedy shelves. I mean, it's not horrible. I'm glad that we have a fridge, but with like the takeout and coffee, gosh, we probably could have gotten an affordable new fridge with ice maker, you know, display. We could have gotten Tina. We just realized that. So that's you know, those are things that are good to know. Yeah, like good to work towards. And it doesn't even have to be that. It could be like certain other things, but just that realization, like, holy smokes, I could have. All right, but one thing at a time. Got to pat ourselves on the back for dropping the cigs, you know. So, what would my higher self say? Let's clear up a few things. 8. Oh, not 8. 13. It's death. Look, I'm done. Oh, look. I can show you because there's nothing really showing you unless there's a spot right there. See? Death. I'm done. Done. So what's next, Spirit? I want to know. So once you, like, sometimes when you add up a few things, like the way I quit smoking this last time was running into somebody that laughed, like that, scoffed at me, like saying that I was quitting, you know. I didn't even really know the guy, but to size me up that quickly, holy smokes, you bet. Yeah, it pissed me off. It pissed me off enough to, like, I'm done with it. And even like the supposed anger towards it, or I'll show you, you know, like that. Even like I wasn't even hell-bent on that stuff. I just know that it was a good start. So sometimes these realizations are, you know, hall markers. So, you know, I must, this could be a start of knocking down a few habits, you know, those alternative dependencies. So that's good. Okay, one final card here on that. 6 of Swords. Yeah, again, finding ways to chill out, finding other alternatives that are where you can depend on yourself. Like, you don't have to have an extra resource in order to find that peace. Yeah, that's what that's talking about. So we're clearing up a few things here. Clearing up some things, not just a few things. Okay, anything else that I should be aware of that, like, we need to clarify, like, lay it out on the table. My divine panel, is there anything else you clear up. Knight of Swords. Things are moving quickly. Like, it may not seem like it, but hold on, let me see, because it looks like oh, something about intuition being snappy. 8 of Cups. And stepping away. So this is a transition, the similarity of the 8 of Cups to the Hanged Man position. This is about mobility. Things are moving quickly, but there's a time difference between, let's say you're standing at a beach and the waves are kind of like moving you while your feet are planted along the beach, along the coast. Okay, so there's a time difference between like walking the beach and being like moved by it. So, yeah. But for sure, there's something about like the Earth's rotation or something. Some kind of planetary alignment is moving faster than it's normal in rotation. That's what it's telling me right here, especially with that description of like, even when you're at a standstill, you notice like within a matter of like 15-20 minutes that the Earth is moving you to a different location, right? So, but then the 8 of Cups is like leaving a certain place, so there's faster motion in that. But there's a time difference in it. It's like one kind of, I want to say catapults the other. Kind of like a treadmill. This is acting like a treadmill. The faster rotation of Earth, or like there's something about, I know that something's moving quicker than norm. On a physical basis, this is what it's telling me. And I don't know about all that stuff. Like, I see it in the cards, and that's what it's saying. So it's acting like a catapult for us moving forward, like even if it's stepping away. It's pushing boundaries, it's pushing limits, and this is a good thing. Yeah, I mean, for the people who are like, how do I say it? The people that work on the polarities, whether like at a major standstill versus like moving really quickly, making like vast movements, those are the only two kinds of people that can really see the time differences, like things are moving at an expedited pace. But the people that are in the middle, they don't quite see it, but they feel it. There's some inner knowing that just knows it. Yeah. Okay. That's why there's like a little bit of a haze here. I'm curious as to like what NASA people, astrological people will come up with, but this is 100%. It's showing me that things are moving quicker, like rotation, whatever it is. It's revolutions. It's faster than norm. Okay, so last thing, the moon card. Yeah, totally. This is so also there's quicker turnaround times, and it's also like for those that have bad company culture, there's actually more turnover, and it's going to only increase over like soonest time frame too. There's going to be more turnover than usual, and it's kind of unstoppable, and it's also on record. Yeah, even if it goes through the revolutions of, let's say, working, going through contract personnel, It's just so that you won't have it like in the books or on the records. There's some kind of like thing where it's like a new law will be passed where you can't hide that stuff. Like there's some way that you can still be audited on in that arena, or something cannot be erased in it, like because there's so much with like social media and publicity on that. There's like Yelp versions of job networks or whatever. So that stuff will be exposed. And be paid more attention to than usual. Like, I think auditors will actually start paying attention to more of those items, too. I feel like... And if they really wanted to nail a certain arena, especially within HR, they could probably do that. Or hit certain departments based on, like, if an auditor really wanted to do that, I honestly believe there's a way to do that. Yeah. Okay, well, we cleared up a few things, didn't we? We cleared up some things. Okay. So what is your takeaway, aka our takeaway? Are you curious? Queen of Pentacles. We got mothers here. People who are close to their moms. Someone who has a gentle, nurturing way about how do I say it? Bringing things out into existence. So there's a way of getting like the truth or certain resources out of other people here the right way. This is somebody who's probably really good at writing what do you call it, grant letters, you know, putting out requests for the resources. Yeah, this is someone who is definitely resourceful, only because they know who's on the other end. And yeah, I really feel like that. So as far as the divine takeaway here for us, it's looking at those qualities and pairing that up with your current challenge. So understanding them as strengths, even though they may be unfamiliar, let's say grant writing, those aspects of like fine-tuning a certain way of like professional, but not so like separate. There's a certain way of how to conduct oneself when asking or trying or in attempts to retrieving certain resources. And this is done not in its like technical mechanical way. This is done more like the most the ones with the most appeal would be unmistakably grounded, like there's a chemical reaction to it, almost like pheromones to it, like there's some kind of thing tied to that. So I don't know, that's something different. Yeah, I mean, this is someone who was like basically once the go-to person, like the person that rolled up their sleeves, like the secretary, and they're using those skill sets for whatever time frame. It could have been like a couple months to like 4 years or whatever, or 8, 12 years or whatever, doing certain arena, a certain lineup of work, and then being able to graduate that and I don't think it's about developing that part. It's more about that's already developed, so it's carried into this part that's more at the rate of maturation that you're currently at. So that's what that is. Okay, so that's kind of crazy that you got that, which is wonderful to receive right after the moon card. I mean, that's a good sign. What is just my takeaway? Okay. Knight of Wands in reverse. The player. Why am I getting the player energy? I think you know, when you feel such an aversion to certain energetics, or even a certain color, a certain print, a certain font even, when you have a certain aversion to it, there's got to be a reason why. It doesn't have to be anything like traumatic, like, I don't know, somebody, I don't know, something dramatic happened, and like an hour later, like 9/11 or something, and then the font on the newspaper is what always gets you. You know, like it's not like that. This is why did we even get to that part? Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay, so let me finish this thought over here. So oh, a certain aversion to things. Thank you. There's something to learn from it. Like, of course, I've met, like, who hasn't met a player, right? So this is learning how to effectively be a player. Because it's not like, if you can't beat them, join them. But it's not like, oh, you can't think for yourself anymore. There's a fine line between being something and acting a part. And sometimes the true exchange, in order to be fair to yourself, is to be equivalent to that energy's delivery. And you can, like, one up from there if you like, but if people are trying to play me for my time and my energy, I have to do the same. I've got to restrict myself. I can't, what is it? Yeah, I'm just going to leave it there, okay? If that's what this is, and this is the only thing that I get, well, let's stand true to the actual exchange and create a realm of fairness in here. Yeah, it's a different way of claiming back your power. It's not like, oh, my boyfriend cheated on me, so I'm going to cheat on him. It's not like that. And now we're good. This is more like, look, I know you have more funds. I know you can appeal for more funds. I know you can do these certain things, yet you choose not to, despite how much you've seen that I deliver and how superior you understand my results to be, as well as being able to read the room, read people that I have only met for a few seconds more accurately than you ever have for I don't know how many years you've known them. And you still cannot qualify that as getting even like the common bonus that everybody else gets over here, despite I don't understand, you know? So it's not really about me understanding what their logic is. It's about understanding the reality of what's going on there. Which means, okay, so that's all that you're willing to give. Okay, so I'll go ahead. The only way that I can respect your decision is to how do I say this? give you what you pay for. And usually I still sprinkle a little bit more than they would deserve. But that's more of a for me than for them. And when I say it's for me, it's not for my ego to say, Tina, you're doing, like, it's not for that. It's more like, this is kind of like a little, like, extra credit deal, bonus round thing, where I know that however great of my inputs I, you know, practice in this, like, pop quiz arena, I'll be able to do that much better for myself, or the new arena, or whatever. And when I leave this place, you ain't gonna get nothing. You're not gonna get any of that. I pull back my energy up. I take all of the gifts I've brought with me. So, there's that. So it's just, I get to have a different kind of free will in the manner. So this is me learning how to be a player in this little game thing. Yeah. So there's that. I want to get one more clarifier on that, just because I just feel like 8. Oh, strength for sure. So doing it like that isn't taking away from my energy. It's only fortifying it. So that's wonderful. I think that's it for now. Thanks very much for all donations provided in light and love. I certainly appreciate it. But now that this reading is officially over, oh, and of course, I appreciate only the ones that reciprocate equally in love and light, and only of love and light. So, upon closing the portals in this reading, I send all energies back to their appropriate locations out. Oh, wait. First, I gotta call in my energy. I call back all my energy, my essence, and my power to pass through the white light of the Holy Spirit for cleansings, for blessings, and for refortification within me. No attachment. Hassle-free. No bother. But all bonus points. Thanks very much. Now, upon closing the portals in this reading, I send all energies back to their appropriate locations outside of mine with their appropriate karmas to assisting with a sequence of roll out in light and love. I close the portals in this reading now.